So today our topic is The Merchant of Venice. It is a Shakespearean comedy. So now let's start. Let's start the story now. Long ago there lived in Venice, which is a town in Italy, and there was a man called Antonio. Who was that man? Antonio. He was a merchant, owning many ships which traded with distant countries, and he was a good man as well as a rich one. So what we came to know? Long ago in Italy, there was a place called Venice, and where a man was living whose name was Antonio. He was a merchant and who was owning so many ships which were going to distant countries for trade. And the man was very rich also. Then Antonio's great friend was a young soldier. Who was his friend? Who was his friend? Bassanio. Bassanio was his friend and who loved a beautiful lady called Portia. So now we came to know about three characters. One was Antonio, who was a merchant, and Antonio had a great friend whose name was Bassanio and who was in love with a beautiful lady called Portia. But Bassanio was not a wealthy man and he didn't like to ask Portia to marry him. So that was the reason. And that Antonio's greatest friend, who was Bassanio, he was not so rich, but the lady who was in love with, she was Portia, and Bassanio couldn't gather courage to tell that lady Portia about his willingness to marry. Then, because she was as rich as she was beautiful, that means Portia was both rich and beautiful. At last, however, he asked Antonio to lend him some money. Who asked Antonio to lend him some money? Bassanio. He asked some money from whom? From his friend Antonio, so that he could visit Portia at Belmont. So Bassanio wanted some money from Antonio only to visit Belmont, where his beloved was living, where Portia was living. He wanted to go there at least to find out if that lady Portia loved him or not. Then it happened that at this time all Antonio's ships were at sea, and until they returned he had no money to lend Bassanio. So as Antonio's all ships were inside the sea, they hadn't returned. So that now Antonio is telling, but go to a moneylender, he said to his friend Bassanio, and at the same time he suggested to borrow the money you need from him. So this was the suggestion which was made by Antonio to Bassanio. He told, borrow the money you need from him and tell him that when my ships come in, I will pay him back all that he had lent you. So Antonio suggested his friend Bassanio to go to a moneylender who would lend him some money. Then he could go to where? Belmont. But the condition was that he would give back the money to him when all his ships would come back. Now there lived in Venice an old Jew named Shylock. Another man whose name was Shylock was living there in Venice. The Jews in those days were the moneylenders. So one of the Jews was Shylock and he was the moneylender. Then they lent money, but they forced people to pay so heavily for the loan. The loan what they give to any seeker when they were collecting the money, their loan amount, they were charging high interest. In this way, the Jews were very rich. Then Shylock was one of the greatest Jews in Venice. Then Antonio, but Antonio had some hatred for that Shylock for his wicked ways. Wicked ways means the unnatural ways. What can make harm to anyone unlawfully, who was collecting money. So Shylock was one of the greatest Jews in Venice. Antonio had hated him for his wicked ways, and he had often insulted him and spoken rudely to him. Sometimes Antonio had publicly told something against that Shylock, and that's why they were not having good relationship. For this reason, Shylock hated Antonio too, and was anxious to revenge the insults. Now, Shylock also got an opportunity that this man was telling something about me. He was showing rude behavior. So now I have got the chance, then I can take my revenge. I can take revenge of my insults. Who thought? Shylock thought. Then Bassanio, knowing that Shylock was very rich, went to him. He was having the compulsion to go there to borrow the money that he needed. Then Shylock was delighted when he heard that Antonio had promised to pay back the loan. Bassanio had gone there to Shylock asking for some money. But when Bassanio told that Antonio had taken the responsibility to give back the loan amount, then Shylock became very happy. Shylock was delighted when he heard that Antonio had promised to pay back the loan. Then he thought that his enemy had been given into his hands, and he made a wicked plan. Now he thought that his enemy has come to his hand, and he thought of some wicked plan. He pretended to be generous. He pretended means he showed that, mockingly he showed that as if he was very polite, very generous, and said he would lend Bassanio the money and would not charge him anything, would not charge him any interest for the loan, because he was having the different intention in his mind. His intention was to take revenge from his enemy. That's why he told he would not charge any money for that amount of money what he is going to give him as loan. But Antonio must pay me back in 3 months. Shylock said this. But Shylock told, I will not charge any money from you, and Antonio must pay. Shylock is telling to Bassanio that Antonio must pay him back after 3 months or within 3 months. And just for a joke, I must sign a bond. And at the same time, Shylock told, just for a joke. That means very lightly. I am not serious about that. Very lightly, I have to sign a bond. Bond means legal document that gives some kind of promise from both sides. It is called bond. Promising that, what was the condition to be put in the bond? The condition was that I may cut off a pound of flesh from his body if the money is not paid. You think what kind of condition Shylock put there? Then Bassanio very urgently needed the money, and now Shylock is preparing the paper or the bond with this condition. What was that condition? That I may cut off a pound of flesh from his body. His body means Antonio's body, if the money is not paid in time. And told that just for a joke, I am writing this, I am making this bond. But it was the wicked plan made by him. Then Bassanio had no faith in Shylock and didn't like Antonio to make such a terrible promise. But Antonio was a great friend. But Antonio thought that, come to the next page. But Antonio thought that Shylock was really joking. But Antonio couldn't think that Shylock was having some kind of wicked plan in him. Shylock was really joking, and he said, I am indeed content to sign such a bond. I am indeed content means I am so happy to sign such a bond. Then do not be afraid, Bassanio. My ships will return a month before the money is due. That means within 3 months his ships would come back. and then I shall have I shall have 3 times as much as Shylock has lent you. That means I can gain 3 times money what Shylock has given you. Telling this, he signed the bond. Who signed the bond? Antonio signed the bond. If he would be unable to give back the money in time, at that time Shylock can take the flesh from his body. So how loyal friend Antonio was for Bassanio. Then Bassanio told uneasily something. What he told? Bassanio told, I do not like this promise. But Antonio said again, you need have no fear. You should not have any fear within you. My ships will come home a month before the day. That means Antonio was very sure. Here Antonio became very overconfident that his ship would come back and then he could easily repay the loan. So Bassanio unwillingly took the money, although he was not agreed. Still, he was highly fallen in love with that lady Portia. So that's why Bassanio unwillingly took the money, said goodbye to Antonio, and sailed away to Belmont. He took one of his friends with him. Who was that friend? A young man called Gratiano. Gratiano is another character here. Then with Gratiano, Bassanio started his journey to where? Belmont. To meet or to visit that lady Portia. Then come to the next paragraph. The beautiful Portia lived in a big house in Belmont with her servant companion Nerisha. What was the person? What was the servant companion? Nerisha. And her father had died recently and had left her a great deal of money. A great deal of money means huge amount of money was left for Portia. As Portia's father was a very rich man. He had been a wise old man, and to protect his daughter from greedy men who might try to marry her because she was so rich, she left Portia 3 boxes. It was known to the father as her daughter was beautiful and he had possessed much wealth for his daughter. As his daughter was both beautiful and rich, anyone can try to get married. So that's why he had left 3 boxes for Portia. One of the boxes contained her picture, and whoever chose this box was to be Portia's husband. And this was the condition put by Portia's father. What was that? Whoever would choose that box would be Portia's husband. Just before Bassanio arrived from Venice, a king's son came from Africa to visit Portia. So that means a prince from Africa had come. This prince of Morocco was powerful and wealthy, and he wished to marry Portia. But Portia didn't love him, and she hoped that he would choose the wrong box. As you know, another prince from South Africa came for Portia to get her married, but that man was not liked by Portia. So that's why Portia didn't love, as Portia didn't have any love for that African prince. She hoped, that means Portia hoped that that man would choose the wrong box. Then Portia is having some talk with her maid servant Nerisha. Then she is asking, is it not hard, Nerisha? She confided to her servant. That means she openly told, she revealed her heartfelt words to the maid and asking, isn't it so hard? I can't choose the man I wish to marry. Portia is telling, I cannot choose the man I wish to marry or refuse those I dislike. She was in a great dilemma. What was in her mind? She is telling she was unable to choose anyone whom he wants to marry or whom he wanted to marry at that time, and at the same time she was also not able to refuse anyone if anyone is successful choosing the correct box according to her father's will. Then you have plenty of admirers to choose from, Nerissa told. Nerissa told, you have plenty of admirers to choose from. So whoever was coming or whoever was watching Portia was willing to marry her. But do you remember a young man from Venice who once visited your father? Then Nerissa is telling, Nerissa is reminding Portia, once a young man had come to visit who was from Venice and who once visited your father. Then Portia is telling, come to the next page. Yes, Portia answered. It was Bassanio. It was Bassanio. Immediately Bassanio came to Portia's mind and telling, I think that was his name. That means that was his name. Portia is asking to Nerissa. True, madam, said Nerissa, and I think he deserved your love more than any of the others. Now, Nerissa also told something in favor of Bassanio. Then I remember him well, and I remember he was worthy of your praise, said Portia sadly. Then Portia could agree with Nerissa's word, and she is telling, I remember Bassanio well, and I remember actually he was worthy of what you were saying. He was worthy of your praise. But I cannot marry him unless he comes and chooses the right box. That means Portia showed her willingness to marry Bassanio. Bassanio had great love for Portia. Now it is clear that Portia also had love for whom? Bassanio. But she was in doubt. How could that man come here and choose the box which were kept by her father? Then perhaps he will. Nerissa comforted her. Comforted means Nerissa gave some sort of comfort using these words. You are saying something. Your father was a wise man and virtuous man also. I am sure he will have arranged the boxes so that the right man will choose the right box. As your father was a virtuous man, he had kept this condition. He had kept these 3 boxes, means someone very efficient will come and choose the right box. The Nerissa's sensible remark made Portia feel more cheerful as she showed the 3 boxes to the dark-skinned African from Morocco. Then that African prince had come from Morocco. Then he examined them carefully. Who? That African man. Examined those boxes carefully and read the words written on the outside of each one. On the outer coverage of each box, something was written. He examined them carefully and read the words written on the outside of each box, and on the golden box or on the gold box, what was written? It was written, whoever chooses me shall gain what many men desire. This was the saying, these are the words written on the gold box. I am repeating the line, whoever chooses me shall gain what many men desire. Then on the silver box, what was written? On the silver box it was written, whoever chooses me shall get as much as he deserves. Again I am repeating, on silver box it was written, whoever chooses me shall get as much as I deserves. And on the plain box, which was made of lead, something was written on it, and that was, whoever chooses me must give and risk all that he has. In this way, the 3 boxes were there. One was gold box, one was silver box, and another was lead box. What was written on the gold box? Whoever chooses me shall gain what many men desire. On the silver box, it was written that Whoever chooses me shall get as much as he deserves. And on the lead box it was written that whoever chooses me must give and risk all that he has. Then you can understand. What many men desires, the Prince of Morocco said, looking at the golden box. He looked at the golden, we try to understand what is written there. Whoever chooses me means, he thought here me means Portia. Whoever chooses me shall gain what many men desire. Many men desire means what do many men desire? The same, Portia came to his mind. So he thought if he would choose that box, then Portia would be his forever. Then that must be the fair Portia. It came to his mind, and her picture will certainly be inside a box of gold. Then he thought within this box her picture must be there. Then he opened it, he opened that gold box, but all he found inside that box was an ugly skull. Ugly skull means the bone of human head, that is skull, and a piece of paper containing those words. And there was a skull and a piece of paper was there. And what was written there? All that glitters is not gold. Goodbye. It was written. All that glitters is not gold. The wise saying, you know, that is written. Then what you think from the outer surface, it is not just like that. So the Prince of Morocco sadly said goodbye to Portia and returned to Africa. That means he couldn't win Portia. Then he left. The next visitor was the Prince of Aragon. The Prince of Aragon was there, and he was also there for Portia, and he too was shown the 3 boxes. In the same way, the 3 boxes were shown to that person also from Aragon, the Prince of Aragon. This prince was a vain young man. A vain young man means this prince was also a useless young man with a very high opinion of himself. Vain means the person who thinks very high of himself. That kind of person was the Prince of Aragon, and he chose the silver box. Because what was written on the silver box? If I get as much as I deserve, he said, I shall certainly gain the fair Portia. That means as he, in his own thought, he was deserving Portia, then he could relate the same with his own thought. And then he considered that if he choose that box, then he could easily gain Portia. But the box contained nothing but a fool's head and these words. He could get only a fool's head and something was written there. What was that? Many fools are hidden behind a silver covering. Many fools are hidden behind a silver covering. That is also a wise saying. So be gone, sir. So in this way, he also lost the chance of getting Portia. Then the prince, feeling very silly, went away as sadly as the Prince of Morocco had gone. The Prince of Aragon also felt silly and he left. Then Bassanio and Gratiano arrived there, who were from Venice. And Bassanio begged Portia to permit him to try his luck with the 3 boxes. Then Bassanio begged Portia to permit him to try his luck with the 3 boxes, whether he would be able to get Portia as his wife or not. Then, at that time, Portia was very much afraid. You know, Portia was also having some kind of love for Bassanio. Then she became very much afraid, with some thought that he might choose the wrong box, then all the chances will be spoiled. Because as she was willing to get that man as her husband, then he thought if the wrong box is chosen by that man also, then she would be getting some kind of what? Problem. Then but she dared not tell, and she couldn't dare also to tell which was the right one. Then he looked at the box of gold and the box of silver and shook his head. Who shook his head? Bassanio. Bassanio observed all the boxes. First he saw the gold box, then the silver box, then shook his head. The things which are most beautiful outside are often the ugliest within. This thought came to his mind. Whose mind? Came to Bassanio's mind. And the thought is, the things which are most beautiful outside are very often ugliest within. Then he decided to choose the lead box. Who decided to choose the lead box? Bassanio. Then Portia was filled with joy as Bassanio opened the box and found inside a lovely picture of her. Lovely picture of her means Bassanio got a lovely picture of Portia. They arranged to be married at once. Immediately, they arranged for their marriage, and Bassanio's friend Bassanio asked for permission to marry Nerissa also at the same time. Who was Nerissa? Nerissa was Porcia's maid attendant. But their happiness, they got married, but their happiness was soon disturbed by bad news. Then what the bad news came? A ship arrived from Venice, bringing a friend of Bassanio's called Lorenzo. Then another character is introduced here. Who is that character? Lorenzo. Then Lorenzo was from Venice, and he had come there with some message. With Lorenzo was his wife Jessica. Then Lorenzo's wife Jessica was also there. Both of them, they arrived there. Then who was Jessica? Jessica was the beautiful daughter of Shylock, from whom Antonio had taken the debt, taken the loan. Then Shylock had always been harsh and cruel to Jessica. And Shylock was very hard and cruel to Jessica, and she knew he would never consent to her marrying Lorenzo. Then that means Jessica was in love with Lorenzo, but her father Shylock would never allow her to marry, and she knew he would never consent to her marrying Lorenzo. First, because he was not a Jew. Lorenzo was not a Jew, he was not belonging to their own community. And second, because he was a friend of Antonio's. Then Lorenzo was also a friend of Antonio. That was another reason. So one night, she ran away from her father's house to marry Lorenzo, taking with her a great deal of money and some jewels. So Jessica did this. What did she do? She took some jewels and money from house. Then she left her father's house and went with Lorenzo. They had come to Belmont to escape Shylock's anger. Then why did they go to Belmont? To keep themselves safe from the anger of their father and father-in-law. And they brought with them a letter to Bassanio from Antonio. And Antonio gave a letter with them for Bassanio. Then Bassanio read the letter and he turned to so pale. Pale means so gloomy. He became, all the shiningness of his face became, or all the shiningness gone from his face after reading the letter. Bassanio read the letter and he turned so pale that Portia feared that his friend must be dead. Portia thought Bassanio had got some kind of bad news. Maybe the friend had passed away. Then what is it, Bassanio? She asked anxiously. Portia asked anxiously, what was the matter? You must let me share the bad news that this letter brings. Then Portia wanted Bassanio to share the sad news with her. Then Bassanio is telling, reading, oh sweet Portia, that Bassanio, said Bassanio, oh sweet Portia, here are some of the most unpleasant words that have ever been written. And what were those unpleasant words? The letter told him that Antonio's 6 ships full of riches had all been wrecked at sea, and Antonio's money had been lost with them. The letter was having this message: Antonio's all ships were wrecked, and all the money were also spoiled in the ship. And those money, after getting, Antonio had to repay it to Shylock. As Bassanio had got that money, and Bassanio is here in Belmont, then that also put Bassanio in depression. And Bassanio was also so shocked. And this was not all. Shylock hated Antonio more than ever since his friend. Shylock hated Antonio more than ever since his friend Lorenzo had run away with Jessica. By this time, Shylock's hatred for Antonio had been doubled because Lorenzo, who was also a friend of Antonio, had taken his daughter and fled away. So this was also a reason for which Shylock's anger was doubled. He was so angry at the loss of his daughter and his money also. At that time, she was about to crying, saying, my daughter, because Shylock had lost his daughter, his money, and his jewels, and his reputation. And now he has been so much insulted as Antonio's friend, who Lorenzo has taken his daughter. In this way, today we can read up to this, and we may continue this